What's the word? What's the word? It's your boy Landon coming from Television Talented with another banger exclusive video. I'm just sitting here right now, just at work in one of these, this RV, $100,000 RV, just chilling right now. But yeah, y'all know how everything goes on Television Talented. Got to bring to y'all what my week consists of and everything. My week been blessed, but it been different because I've been like on a chill mode lately and haven't really done anything outside of the norm besides, going to work and going home and just worshiping God. But this topic, what I'm doing today, has been on my mind. I was sitting in my office and I'm like, you know what? Let me drop this banger while it's fresh on my mind. Sex leads to a bad outcome. And it was this situation I was in when I was younger. When I was probably like what, 16. Yeah, I was in this situation and everything like that with this female and stuff I was dating. And y'all know when you're young, y'all don't know some, you don't have to be young, sex, when you have sex, especially for men, we think, with our second head. And sometimes when we thinking outside of the rim like that, we don't make the right choices. So it's this chick I was rocking with. I'm talking about like, we was rocking heavy. It wasn't like we was going to get married or nothing like that. She just always promised me that she was always going to have my back. And that's one thing she always did to this day. So, we was being irresponsible. I got to take the blame. Woman, she said she with me. I'm her man. So, we didn't use protection. So, I'm doing what it do and everything like that. And I remember in the situation, I just had a football game. That's back when, y'all remember like them little Razors phones used to come out. Not when they used to make the Razors, but they was like just a regular phone. They didn't flip no more. Excuse me. Had one of those by Virgin Mobile. That's when I was on the prepaid side. And I got the football game. She had texted me. She's like, "What's up, babe?" I'm like, "What's going on?" She was like, "We need to talk." So it's only two times when a female hit a man up and like, "We need to talk." Either she about to break up with you or it's something serious. So I'm like, "All right, well, I'm going out with the people and everything like that from the team." She's like, "Nah, you got to put that on the side." So it's like she came to the crib. It's like 11 o'clock, whatever like that. After I got off the bus and everything from the game. And she's like, "I got a gift for you." So she gave me a pregnancy test. So got the test and everything. I'm driving home. Didn't know what I was finna go through and anything like that. I'm like, man, what she even want to talk to me about? So I'm talking to her and everything. I'm contemplating in my mind on my drive home, listening to music and everything. Like, man, what do she really have to talk to me about? And I'm like, I know I was doing stupid stuff. Did one of my homeboys snitch on me till I was with that chick before the game. Nah, it wasn't even that. So when she got to the crib, she brought me some food, bought me a Gatorade and all that. And then in the bottom of the bag, it was unsanitary. She took the pregnancy test and she had wrapped it up in like some paper, whatever. So I'm like, man. I ate all the food before I got to the pregnancy test. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But when I got it, I just played like my heart dropped because I wanted to go to college and play football. So I told her, well, I ain't tell her. I used an expression every dude say. It ain't mine. And instantly she started crying. And that was a selfish move I done because I know that she wasn't the type of woman who's gonna cheat on me, anything like that. She's with me from sun up to sundown. She let me use her car to drive around and do everything like that. But at the same time, I couldn't get it wrapped in my head that okay, I did do these actions and this could be a possibility. I didn't own up to, the situation I was in. But I was up there just thinking. And so I told her she should get an abortion. And that was a messed up thing because now I'm older and I see what it costs for a woman to, get an abortion. And how it plays a lot of mental issues, and there's a lot of hormone stuff on their body. So getting back to the story, she was crying. She's like, "Look, you still can go to college. I'm there for you. I'll move down there, me and the baby. You get to college, we're gonna be your number one fans." I said, "Nah, I don't want none of that. I wanted to, go to college, have a bunch of females, do my thing, be a star." But she wanted that lifestyle with me, that we shared this dream together. So she wound up getting an abortion because she realized that that's something I didn't want, and she didn't want to be the person to, hold me back in life to get what I was at. So she told me to make her a promise. She's like, look, I will do this for you, but I need you to do something to me in return. I'm like, well, say less. And she's like, I need you to go to college and push your skills to far as you can go. So I made that promise to her. Didn't go to college for football. I broke that. So then she wound up having a baby. No, before she get to the baby part. So she got an abortion. And I didn't go with her because it was a lot of guilt and stuff I had on it. I ain't want nothing to do with the situation, so I didn't go. So I had her go by herself with her mom. After she got the abortion, she made an appointment. It was like $375 to get an abortion. She had picked me up out the school. Her and her mama had took me out to eat. And I'm with that bashing food. I was careless. Like, I got a game. The next day was a Thursday. She got the abortion. She got it at 8 in the morning. She had picked me up. Her and her mom picked me up out the football practice. And her mom just pretty much just kept it G with me. She's like, look, what you got to say about this? I'm like, say about what? She's like, do you know what today is? It literally slipped my mind out the football practice and school and everything like that I forgot that she was even pregnant. I just knew she was going to take care of it. So I didn't know after a woman get an abortion, they bleed for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then you got to go back and get checked up. And I didn't know the processes of, abortion. I thought you just go in there. I don't know what I was thinking back then. But after I really think about it, what they do, how they go inside of a woman and they scrape the baby out and all this type of stuff. And yeah, man, like sex is a good thing. But sex comes with a lot of stuff where people really just don't know how it can affect your life or how it can even damage the woman. Because like I know, like in that situation, I was just doing what it does, and that's pretty much having a good time and keeping it pushing. But so we was out eating and everything like that, and she just started crying. She's like, I did this for you, and you act like you don't have no care in the world, and this my body got to go through these changes. And I'm like, they know what to say. Like, look, I got to gain tomorrow. Can y'all take me back home? So she got mad at me and swung with me. I can't get mad at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying I love her. She saying she loved me. Anything what came across, she said she had my back or whatever like that. But then I was so careless because I was being so selfish about my own life that, she could have got an infection. She could have killed her. Anything could have happened. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think about that. I was so wrapped up in myself and not thinking about what affected her. So she wound up having a baby after that. And the dude wasn't there for her. So since she was my homie, we still kept our relationship or whatever like that. I tried to be there, but it hurted me because like she actually had another person's baby and it wasn't mine. But she could have had my baby. But I just told her, you know what I'm saying, good morning, everybody. So I told her, go ahead and do what was best for me and not what's best for her. And the best thing for her is, I don't know. I didn't ask her. So I ain't finna assume anything what was the best decision from her. But I know, long story short, she wound up having her son. She had another relationship after that. She had a couple miscarriages and everything like that. And I'm like, dang, why she having these miscarriages? So I've been doing like research and this, living healthy and a lot of stuff was making children become premature or having birth defects and everything like that because it's women who get these abortions. And just because you go to a physician and they say they do this, a lot of these people not trained and how to do it. They train on the fact of, okay, let me watch these videos and get 16 credit hours on how to do an abortion, and they pretty much, people come in, they pay the physician, and all of a sudden, y'all lab rats until they get it. And a lot of times, when you look it up, a lot of these women, they get abortions, they don't want to take all the baby out. Baby might come out with one arm, and they thought they had an abortion. So there's a lot of things that go through it. So she had a couple of miscarriages, and she's doing great for herself. She actually got a baby on the way now, with her and her dude. She graduated from school. She's doing great. But it's like that stuff, like, I'm like, dang, by me just wanting to have 2 minutes worth of sex, I damaged a woman's body because of my selfish decisions. I ain't saying don't have sex. Y'all do whatever y'all want. Y'all can take it from me. But you know what I'm saying, take it for y'all want, but y'all can just listen to me. Every time you say you love somebody, don't mean lay down with them, have sex. And then sometimes you might be in a great position in your life, but it's like, I see why the Bible say don't have sex before marriage, because by me doing this selfish decision to her, it could have stopped her for the rest of her life from never having kids. And I don't want to be with a person and they leave me and they in a worse situation. Every person who be with me or come encounters with me as a friend, I want you to grow for me. I want you to flourish, not be in a situation that, you know, oh, if I wasn't ever with him, I could have been a mother. If I wasn't ever with him, I could have lived my life to my full potential. Now I'm stuck here. But, you know, I never really had the chance to even talk to her to let her know, like, look, what you did for me, I'm sorry. I thank you because, you know, you was looking out for me. But at the same time, I still broke a promise because I didn't own up to my bargain. What we bargained that I was going to go to school and make something of myself. Yes, I'm making something of myself now. And, you know, she sent me a private message saying, hey, I'm proud of you. But it wasn't never on a promise why I said she needed to get an abortion for it. So the decisions that we go into in life before we get intimate with each other or whatever the case may be, we need to have discernment on this. We got to have discernment on, okay, is this something long term while I'm sleeping with this person? Is this something just to get my rocks off or get, you know what I'm saying, get my jukebox cracked open? Whatever the case may be, we need to have discernment. We need to leave with God and, you know what I'm saying, have a clear mind to these things, because it's a lot of women out here who's been in numerous situations like this, who gave their body to men who wasn't even worth their time just so they could feel like, you know, okay, I have a man who's lying to me, say he wants for me. Then they stuck with a kid for, you know, the rest of their life. The man leave or whatever like that. And just because the guy literally would lie to him and nut. And that's literally what I did in that situation. I told her, like, she had my back. She was at every game, every practice, anything I needed to, she had my back. But at the same time, for me to keep her, I felt like I had to lie to her to get my needs kept being met. So it was a lot of times, you know, I'm doing my strokes, doing swimming, and I literally look her in the eyes like, I love you. Then I nut. Didn't pull out, and then that's how we got into that situation. And then I don't know what her mental state like that, how long it took her to get over the situation of an abortion. And then we was in a relationship for 4 years, and, you know, all that stuff what carries along. Because women, y'all carry on energy, negative, positive, for a long time. Y'all don't let things go. And I'm just wanting everybody to know, like, if y'all in a situation, test the situation, because it might be one test you don't do, and you might get into a situation, you're pregnant, and your life, I ain't saying because you have a baby, your life is ruined, but dealing with a toxic person for so long can literally hinder your blessings, what God got for you to set out in your life. So just have discernment and a clear view of the people you dealing with. And she could have had a better, clear view than me. Like one conversation never came up between us was, did I want kids? Nah, I just wanted to play football and have fancy cars and just run around with a bunch of women. But if that topic would have came up, then she could have had more of a discernment of like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should get on birth control. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should take this caution procedure. Hey, what just happened? Hey, this thing tripping. Oh, maybe, you know, she could have got on birth control and took a more cautious procedure based upon, you know what I'm saying, my answer. But, you know, that wasn't never nothing, you know, we discussed it. We just, you know what, this is fun and games. I thought she was a, you know what I'm saying, a beautiful person. She thought I was whatever at the time. Boom. But that's emotional and mental damage that she had to carry along for a long period of time. So if I ever had a conversation with her, or had the time or the opportunity to actually sit down and speak to her, that's one thing I have to do, is tell her I'm sorry for that. And that's a lot of stuff that I held in. But y'all know, this is the number one realest podcast, so I got to speak truth like this, because it's a lot of other people in situations like this who had women, you know, get abortions because they probably was ashamed of, oh, dang, I'm cracking this chick, now she got a baby, and I don't want people to know it's about me. But you figure, if you going to lay down with this woman secretly or publicly, whatever like this, whatever consequences you got, you should went in that with caution and knowing the outcome what could possibly partake. Yeah, all the time condoms don't prevent everything, but sometimes just having a great friendship and conversation and a bond with somebody is worth than 2 minutes worth of sex. Cause, I don't care. I ain't humping for an hour. I get tired. Sometimes he's standing up and I think I'm finna be dancing for a long time. Nope, 2 minutes. Whoop, boom, blown head gasket. Then all of a sudden, 9 months of pregnancy, 18 years worth of that, and then being on child support. You figure once a woman get hurt and carry on the energy, it's not even from the energy she carrying on from you when you met her. You figure if me and her, we could have had a baby. I don't know, we could have been a great family. I have no idea. But at the same time, what I do know, I still could have been on child support from that because I didn't ever ask her previous relationship for that. I just got with her and then we just rocked it out for years at a time. My whole high school career, I couldn't see neither one of us apart. And, that's what I'm just saying. Sex leads to, bad outcomes and, get destroyed. And a lot of people doing sex, they pick up, nasty habits that a woman might fall in love with a guy and he talks her into threesomes. And all of a sudden, after she breaks up with this guy, her reputation has been a hoe or whatever the case may be. So I just had to bring to you guys, today on this banger that be cautious before you sleep with somebody. There's a lot of things out here. You can pregnancy, just because you get pregnant, you walk away, you still hurting a child. So that's another chain of command. But, I'm going to do a podcast on that topic of why leaving. Yeah, situationships and, not relationships. So it's a lot of people who be in situationships that like one thing I believe is you meet people for a season and for a reason and for a blessing or for a lesson. And every time you meet a person and it feels good, don't mean, okay, have a baby. I can tell y'all that I got 5 kids, 3 different baby mamas. And if y'all ask me how I feel about all 3 of them, that's a totally different topic and conversation I can do just based upon that. And them was situationships. One of the situationships, you know what I'm saying? I try to make it permanent. And just the situationships are based upon that of, the toxic mixed into the bucket, it didn't work out. But at the same time, it's like know the difference between know the difference between your blueprint and your foundation you trying to build. Just because y'all have a blueprint and a structure of where y'all want to go, don't mean y'all both are meant to build a foundation together. And that's because y'all do start building this foundation, it still can miss a step and still crumble. So just know, whatever situation y'all in, just don't jump into sex just because that man seems like he got money, he got a nice car, you might think he's handsome, or this girl got a fat booty, or whatever the case may be, will make sure y'all feel like y'all compatible with each other. Don't jump into a situation like that because it's only a temporary fix. And sometimes them temporary fixes only last 2 to 5 minutes, and then you stuck in that situation forever. So clear discernment on that. But that's real life facts though, that I'm not finna, what I'm saying, keep jumping into sex just because a chick pretty. I'm gonna jump into your mental state. Okay, what was your childhood like? Was you molested as a child, or what was your fantasies doing sex? Maybe that stuff, what I'm saying, not even compatible with each other. You gotta, before you have sex with people, you gotta ask questions. And some of these questions you gotta ask is, what are you trying to get out of this before we get intimate with each other? Some people literally just want a nut, or y'all don't want me to be that dirty, or orgasm, whatever the case may be. That's all they want, just to fill time in before their next situation starts. But y'all know this, y'all boy Landon from Television Talented. I wanted to let y'all know I love you, God loves you, Television Talented loves y'all. There's only one way through heaven, that's through God itself. You always can find the light in a dark place. Depends on where you're looking at. Stay positive, stay driven. Lean on God when you can't lean on others. Walk in faith, keep your head up, and stay blessed until the next one. It's a banger.